Uh, I'm gonna stop and I will explain you. So in this day's class, we are working on 1 second. So I have logged into some different organizations today. Let's show this here. So I will show the same thing here. Okay. And now we are going to enable email to case option. So this is this option makes email to means we are going to use email to case with this option. So with the if you select this option, it makes the case owners, you'll get a new mail. For suppose there is a support people, who is the case owner? The support rep who is supporting the call center guy is the case owner. If someone is raising cases, he will be getting notified saying, hey, this case is assigned to you, this case is assigned to you. That type of emails will come to the case owner. I am checking this option. Okay. And enable on demand service, I'm enabling it. So this enable on demand service will give an option to route emails to some specific email address like support at the rate of. Yesterday we have done the same thing. We have enabled on demand email service, so that if someone is sending out email to that, it automatically forward that email address to Salesforce very big email address which I have gave yesterday. Okay. Click on save. Now we are going to get the email address from Salesforce. Saying routing name support. Okay. Support at salesforce.com. ermclouds.com is my company email address, and save email address also. Email address means generally when you are forwarding some emails, there will be email header from which address it came, from which address it went, all this stuff. Okay. If I select this option, it will be shown. Okay. All the envelopes, headers, everything will be stored in our case object in the subject and the body information description thing. If I'm not keeping any email address, if someone is sending email address from any email address, it will be stored. For suppose if you want to track only the support means cases only from one company, you can put at the rate of ermclouds.com. What happens is now you are going to accept only emails from this domain name only. If someone is sending from Gmail address, you're not going to accept emails from them. Okay. So see, there's no need to put at that also. Simply like this, it will now this email to case will be only useful for the people who are sending emails from ermclouds.com domain name. Okay. For suppose if Venkat at the rate of ermclouds.com is sending a case, it will be recorded. If you are sending, if Ram is sending with Ram at the rate of gmail.com, it won't be recorded a case in our Salesforce system. Okay. Now I'm creating a task also along with the case creation, but I'm removing this here. I want to accept all cases. If someone is sending from Yahoo Mail or Gmail or anything, I want to accept a case. Keep it as medium, and the case origin equal to what is it? It's from email, because we are taking cases from support at the rate of ermclouds.com. That's the reason I marked the case origin as email. This is for the future reference, saying we can run a report saying how many cases are coming from phone, how many cases are coming from email. So that you can increase the support team. If there are 90% of the cases coming from email, you will what you can do is you can increase the support team for email support, you decrease the support for phone support or voicemail, everything. Okay. If the number of cases coming from phone is more, you make the support team users more on the phone customer care, like the phone support team, you make the you grow the team. Okay, click on save. And now my so whenever you are adding some different email address, it has to verify whether this email address is your or not. After verifying, it'll copy down your name servers, everything. Okay, let's go to other browser and open that email address, mail.live.com. So when you click on support, yeah, this is sales. Okay, let's go to sign out. Now I'm going to log in with support at ermclouds.com. Okay, this is my support mail. I got a verification mail from Salesforce saying, okay, this is my verification mail. Now I'm clicking on this, okay, to verify that. Now I have to give my password also. Okay, yeah, thank you for verifying your email address. This email routing address is now verified. Now I am expecting you to send an email to this address. Hey, can you guys send an email to support at ermclouds.com? I'm putting in chat that email address, support support at ermclouds.com is my current company support email address. If you are sending email address to this address, that is recorded as a case in my Salesforce system. This is here. Okay, now if I click on refresh, this will be shown as verified. See, it's verified now. And let's go to our case object. Let's select the call center application. Now here is the really generally, in if you see the other systems in general enterprise systems, if you want to log into, if you want to use call center application, you have to log into a separate server and you have to do this. But here it's really easy to switch applications from one application to other application. Okay, for suppose if you are a sales guy, you generally use sales application. By default application is your sales app. And for suppose if you want to ask HR a question, what do, you have to log into other system and you have to go. But here you can click on simply HR application and you can directly talk to your HR, some query, you can record a query there. Now click on cases. I'm clicking all open cases, click on go. I don't see any cases till now. Let's do one thing. I'm opening. So here now I have configured email to case for ERM clouds to support at the rate of ermclouds.com. Now going back to my different browser, click on compose, support at ermclouds.com. Okay, and I'm just asking like, hey, I need Salesforce training. Okay, or else my login is expired. Okay, my login is expired. Please reset my password. Okay, password is someone has, means you consider this as someone. Okay, I am sending email from winkyworks@gmail.com. You can also send my email address to this email address. Okay, click on send. Now I am going to my Salesforce system, which is in different browser here. Now I'm clicking on all open cases, all open cases, and click on, or else I'm creating a new view saying all cases, all cases. Okay, so this is a simple view. This is, I will tell you what are views. For suppose there are 5,000 records in your trainings object. You want to know what all the trainings which are online. What you can do, you can put online trainings as view name, and you can select all trainings. I'm telling about the other scenario. Now you can select training type equal to, here is the equal to parameter equal to, and you select this online. Okay, so that this view will show all the online trainings, and these are the field names available here like a list format. I will show you after saving this. If I select this visible to all users, it's visible to all the users inside the organization. If I'm selecting this first option, this is only visible to me. This view is only visible to me, so that other people cannot view it. I can even select the third option. Okay, what is this option? I can select this view, so that I can share this view to only some set of users. Some people, like uh, see, or like all the managers, I can share the view only to all the managers in the company. I can do that by creating a separate group for them, and I can share all the records to them. Okay, now let's click on I want to give to all users, and click on save. Now I see all the cases in a list view. So this is my all cases view where I see this. Now I am just checking 11.3. This is too old case. My case is not created. There is some problem. Let's check what the problem is. I'm going to email to case again, and I'm testing. So this is, I just configured. I haven't tested properly. Now I'm testing my email to case. What all I have missed out, I am checking. Email to case. Email to case is verified, and let's check whether this email address got any email or not. Say my login is expired. I got this. Okay, this should create a case. Hey, can you guys send an email to this email address saying some subject and some body? Can you guys send an email address to this email address, please? So I'm also doing from my side, but I'm also expecting, I'm asking you guys also to send an email with some different subject with your name, colon with your name, so that I will see whether that case is getting created in my machine or not. I'm getting one more case with so let's take this email address, email service. Okay, go back and um, problem with iPhone app, iPhone app Venkat. This is the identification for me. Okay, I am logging this case on 4:29 p.m. 4:29 p.m. Okay, I'm just giving okay, just a simple body message. Click on send. Now let's go back to our organization and check the case object. All open cases, all cases. Why is it not executing? Yeah, I got the case. See, I got the case here saying problem with my iPhone Venkat 4:29 p.m. Okay, and this is my email subject. So all my signature. So generally, if you are sending email address to this, it automatically records a case called 0015. Can you guys send to this email address unlike this email address? Send to this email address, because the reason why it's not working with support@email.com is, okay, I have to do one more step at my email administration side. I have to talk to email administrator saying, hey, if some email is coming to your support@ermclouds.com, I have to forward that email address to this email address which I have shared you on GTM, the big email address here. Means if I am forwarding this, all the emails coming to support@ermclouds.com, it automatically forwards to this email address, and this will automatically register a case for us. Okay. Now go back to our system. Can you guys send new emails to this new email? I'm copying again. Just use this email for sending emails, and your case will be logged in our system automatically. Yeah. Help regarding. So if you see, the case number is automatically increased from 1005 to 1006, and this case is raised by Kondal Rao, and yeah, and he asked help recording timings. Okay. And for suppose if I reply directly here, new case comment, I'm saying, okay, so generally there is no contact associated with this person. Let's do one thing. I will click on here, create new case, new contact with this email address. Generally what people will do is, you generally accept only cases from your contacts only. I'm clicking on save. Okay, now your contact is logged down here, and if I put some case comments, let's go back and check whether the case contact is here or not. Oh, it's not logged down here. Now I don't see any error. Calm down and click on new case comments. Okay, see, now I don't see error. Hi. um Come back to you soon. We are going to confirm. Okay, some simple message I'm just putting down. So now you'll get an email from Salesforce saying this, because people generally don't use emails, because there will be lakhs of emails coming to the Salesforce, and the support people will be supporting different times, right? So there will be n number of support people. First time some guy will take your case. Next time some other guy will take up your case. So you cannot, the second person cannot access the first person's email account, right? So everything is stored in the Salesforce system, and what all you spoke in the earlier calls, he can see it. He can see all everything in the open activities and the open case comments, and he can, based on the previous case comments, he can talk to you. The customer care support guy who is talking to you fourth time, maybe different person also, but he know everything about you by seeing this open activities and case comments and history of this case, and what all products what you got from this company. Okay, let's click on cases. Let's click on all go. I think I'm expecting one more guy. Yeah, one more guy created a case called triggers. Can't log into. Oh, cannot log into Salesforce is my case. No. Yeah, cannot log into my university account. Yeah, this is case by Ram Prasad, and this case is by maybe other guy. Sai Kiran has raised this case. Okay. Yep. So if I am replying to this case comment, so anyway, there's no contact associated with this. Let's do one thing. I'm going to create a contact for Sai Kiran now. Okay. Um, Go to contacts, create new account, and mark it as sorry. Okay. Click on new UCM, USM, save. Your name is Sai Kiran. Email address is this, and click on save. And when you are trying to, okay, can you send the email again, Sai Kiran, to support@vrmclouds.com? Can you send one more case to this email address? Now what happens is your case will be automatically linked with this contact, because your email address is this, right? So it automatically links this contact to that case, and this is automatically perfect. Okay, can you do that? Yeah, I think you have it. If you've done that, just okay. If you're done with it, just ek- let's go to cases. I think he has done that. uh, Click on go. So second mail by Sai Kiran. Just open this. Now if you come here, oh, it's automatically linked here. Have to write a trigger for mapping the contact name. It's not automatically getting mapped. Okay, I have to map the contact name. So we can do the same scenario in the coming classes when you're working on Apex triggers. Okay, this is some simple coding part. We have to work on this to map the contact here. Let's move on to our actual thing. I said that we are going to work on the setup menu from today. So in this class, I explained this scenario when a person is raising the case, logging the case inside system. This is the only scenario what I explained you. I'm repeating that again, and I'm done with it. Now let's start with users. So what I will do is I will explain this complete all the administration options, setup, build options, customize options, everything, and deploy options and monitoring options. And finally, I will come with the deployment and develop options, Apex, VF pages and triggers. I will work on this. So the develop option will be having the coding part, and all the remaining parts are like configurations and stuff, other stuff. Okay. Uh, First of all, before starting that, I will explain about the create option. Okay. Earlier, I have already created a case, right? I've created a simple application in half an hour, right? Now I will show you in detail how to do that. So here is the place where you create applications. For suppose I want to create an application combining all the important features of say sales, marketing, and student application. Okay. Now I am clicking on new application. So here there are two options. What is console custom application, console application? Console app is like is generally useful for a single page application where you can use for suppose if you want to access all the objects, all the little objects in one page, data in one page, you use console. And this is mainly useful for support center guys, where at a time he can see account information, contact information, and the case what this contact has raised also, and their previous history also. Okay, along with this, if there is a case, it automatically recommends the related related case documents or some solutions for attaching to the case. It's automatically shown in a single page. And even you can also add CTI, means a toolkit for calling from Salesforce, directly calling from Salesforce. So support people don't call from their landline phones or something like this. They will call directly from the uh, there will be a simple widget where you can call directly from Salesforce organization by putting down your number. Generally, people even don't type your number because your number is already there in your contact information. Okay, the number which is in contact information, they can directly pull that number into the calling pad, and they can directly call it with a simple button to reduce the effort of the support guys. That so console is generally useful for single page applications. Okay, where you can do a lot of operations in the single page. Custom app is something like what we did in the last class with the tabs, and you can even switch the application like this. You can also switch the application. So if you are building a console application, you're going to see the application here in this drop down box. Okay, same thing with custom app also. Clicking on new. So let's trainings. Okay, I'm creating the app name called vendors vendor management. Okay, click on next, and you can even insert image from any image, but I will show you how to do that. Here, this is a personal document, and this is the means if you are having image in personal documents, you cannot add it. But if you are having images in other public folders, you can add it. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's create in a new tab. Click on plus sign. I am opening a new tab. So when you're clicking on plus sign, you see all the tabs available for you. Let's go and click on documents. Okay, I am opening. So this is the personal documents. It's in personal documents. Now I am creating a new folder for um, for ERM public. Okay, ERM public logos. Okay, and I'm making it as public read write so everyone can access. And I'm giving available to all people. This folder is accessible by all users, means it's public. If I'm putting this to only some users, they can only access it. And so so if I'm selecting, I can hide to all users, because if I select this, I can only see this I can only see this folder and their documents inside this folder. If I'm selecting the third option, I can share to some people, like I can search for public groups, but there's no groups in my mission. That's the reason I cannot see it. I will explain you in detail about this option, the third option, when we are working on security groups, all this stuff. Okay, now I'm selecting only available to all users and click on save. And now I am uploading a new document here by clicking on this new logo. Here, if you want to put that image as a as application logo, you have to make it as externally available image. I have to marking this. Okay, and keywords, new logo. Okay, some just keywords, you can add some description. These are not required fields. Generally, when you're doing something, you just check, you have to mark all the required fields and some important fields which are really helpful for the current scenario. This is really required for making it as an application logo. Okay, and this is the required field, and I have to choose this is the required field, because when I'm uploading a document, I have to, when I'm creating a file, I have to attach some document to it, because otherwise there is no file. Now selecting pictures and going to um, select selecting this file and click on save. Again, some people can give the reference also. For suppose, if your logo is in some website, you can directly give some link of that also. For suppose, go to ermclose.com. I can give this as a reference link also. Okay, open this. Yeah, this is a reference link, right? I can use this link, I can paste here. Make sure when you are linking this here, the link what you are giving should be permanently available. But if sometimes if you are removing, if you are updating that website and if you remove that image, right, it won't really work. Your application logo won't work properly. That is the reason it's really better to use the application logos to upload directly, or else if you are familiar that it won't be removed from the system, you can even give this also. Let's click on save. If you are giving the path or reference, the size will be very less. Okay, when you are uploading a file, it will take up to 12 KB or 20 KB, something like this. That will be consumed from your Salesforce document space. Now this logo is in here. Now I'm going back here and I'm inserting this new logo by selecting ERM Cloud Public Logos. It's here. I can select this. Now it's shown here and clicking on next, and this will be applied to my application. Okay, now my vendor management application needs to have some tabs. What tabs I have to add? For suppose if you are developing vendor management application, you might have designed some application with objects, you might have designed some objects, tabs, all this stuff. Okay, means first of all you have to create an object, for that you have to link a tab. All the tabs which are needed to, which are which belongs to this vendor management application, you need to select here. As I don't have that application, I want to select the generic objects like accounts, contacts, dashboards, and reports and leads also. Okay, click on next. So now in the new app which I'm going to create, I see only these tabs: home, accounts, contacts, dashboards, leads, and reports in the same order. If I want to change the order, I can just click on this to change the order of this tabs. The order of these tabs. If you see, the first tab is home, second tab is accounts, third tab is reports and dashboards. I can even modify like this also, and I click on next. After clicking on this, you can give the security access for this application, who all can access this. This is the profile. So I will explain about the profile in the coming classes, but now I will give a simple introduction about the profiles. What is a profile? Profile will will be useful to give security settings to x number of users. What you are going to do when you are creating a users, you will map each and every user to a profile. A profile can have n number of users. Okay, a profile can have 10 number of users or 20 number of users or 500 number of users also. If I am giving visibility access to all to this person, if this profile name have 500 users, all these 500 users will be getting access to this current application what I am developing. Okay, I want to give access to all the people. If I check this, all the people belongs to all these profiles will get the access, because generally when you are selecting this first option means it will select to all profiles, means it will select to all users also, because you cannot create a user without a profile. This is the required field. All the users will be locked to one or any one of the profile listed below. Okay, I'm clicking on save, and again there is a one more option called default option. For suppose I am making this as default here. If I make this default, all the system administrators will be having this application as the default application. Okay, when you are opening the organization, you see this current vendor management application as the default application. What you can do is, the, this option is really useful when you are giving access to HR. If there is a HR app, I can make this default application for all the HR people, which belongs to one profile. Okay, and I can all the finance app related applications, I can make them as default to one profile users, means all the finance profile users, like this. Okay, this will help when they are logging to the organization. By default, the finance app will be shown to the finance people, HR app will be shown to the HR people. Okay, click on save. And now you see the vendor management application. Here there is checkbox which is saying that this is the custom application. If you come up, see, these are console application, these are custom applications. Okay, these are custom applications, these are console applications. And there is simple checkbox, it's not checked. What is the meaning of this? It's not a console, it's not a custom application, means this is a standard application. Okay, and if you see this is not the custom application and this is a console application, means this is a standard console application. If it is not checked means this is standard application, if it is checked means this is custom application. See the custom, right? Now I'm going to vendor management application which is available to me. Here it's, if I select this, what all the tabs what I have selected in application creation I have seen it here, right? See, accounts, dashboards, reports, and contacts and leads. Same way, you can create a number of applications and there's a limit for that. It depends based on the edition what you're using. It depends on the edition what you're using. Now let's go to the objects creation and stuff. Okay, there are multiple ways of objects creation. I will show that to you in a different organization. I don't want to disturb this organization. So now log into this. Let's open in different organization, different browser. Now I am logging to the partner developer organization. Now I'm going to explain you about the. I've shown you how to create the application now, and now I will show you how to create the objects first. There are two ways. This is the first way to create it from the setup menu by clicking on this new custom object. Okay, it will ask me to create the label. For suppose uh, you're asking me to create. Let's do one thing. I want to do it for. Mm, 1 second. Okay, I'm just checking the design document where I can use the same thing for creation. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's go and create in this organization only called vendors. Means I just want to use it for. Okay, called vendor vendor. This is the object name what you are going to create. And what is the plural name for this? Generally, all the vendor information you will store in vendors object, vendors tab. If you see there is a survey here, right? The object name for this, the label name is survey, and the plural form equal to surveys. So when you are creating a tab for that, that is going to be that is going to create a tab with surveys name. But when I am clicking on surveys, it will show the object name as a vendor. Sorry, survey. Same thing. I am creating vendors as the plural form of this vendor, and I'm going to create. I can put some description also. Here, if you want to use the VF page, you can link this, or if you want to use a standard thing, you can use the first option. If I select this, there is an option for me to select the VF pages available for this page. I don't want to do that. I want to go with the standard thing. And here is the vendor name. This is the default field, standard field, which will be created automatically when you are creating this object. Here is the two type of options for this field. You can go with the text format, otherwise you can go with the auto number format. If I'm selecting this, same thing I have shown you in the demo when I'm creating it for student. After the student name, and I can try to keep it as a data type equal to text. Later on I have tried to modify it auto number, but that gave some problem. Okay, now I can switch it to anything like this. If you want to keep this as a name, you can keep it as a name, or if you want to keep it as ID, Just keep it ID like this, and you can put some simple identification number called VEN hyphen in the curly brackets. If you put the numbers like 8-digit number, means your code, the display format will be in this format, and you have to give the starting number called 1. Means the first record will be like VN hyphen 0000001. Second record will be VN hyphen 00002. It starts from this. The starting number is this and the format is this. This will be repeated in the same format. If I'm giving a simple name format, simple text format, you have to enter manually. If I'm giving auto number format, the object, when you're creating a new record, it automatically increments the number and it will create the next number for you. It's automatic. Okay. And here is the option. If you check this option, it's going to create a record types for you in the reports section. If I'm not selecting this, you have to get your custom report types manually after creation of this object and when you are using it. So if you think if this object is really useful for your company to run reports, then you have to mark this as allow reports. If you want to track the activities of this, you have to mark this, so that there is activity history, activities, there is a the related list item what you have seen in the case object, right? Same thing, you're gonna see the activities child related list item in the vendor tab. Okay, available for customer portal. If I'm checking this, means so there are two type of portals in Salesforce. The currently what you're using is the general Salesforce licenses, but for suppose if you want to give access to your partners, to your customers with login access, you are going to build customer portal for customers, partner portal for partners, where they can log in and they can create some data for your company. I'll give a simple example to you. For suppose if there's a company called AT&T, there are a lot of customers like us who use their AT&T mobile for calling and for data usage, everything. So you're going to pay the bill by logging into the AT&T application, and you can see your log history also. What's your billing history for the past 6 months, everything. That's you can consider it as a customer portal. What if there is a partner like a shop who will sell AT&T SIM cards or AT&T devices? That's called partner, and we are going to build a separate portal for them with separate special access where they can manage n number of customers. These people are resellers. They will sell your products and they will make some commissions out of it. These are called partners. Okay, and for maintaining them, you are going to build a portal for them. You can provide some access to some related objects to them, like how many. Based on that, you can provide some commissions for them. If they are selling 5,000 products in the coming month, in this month you are going to share that much commission. Okay, that's called partner portal. Here it's simple asking whether you are giving this object access to the customer portal or not. I am not selecting this. If I am selecting this, it will be available to this users, to the customer portal users. And track field history. This option is really helpful if the object is really important. In case of in this when we are creating the cases, for suppose, let's go to the case object in our other organization. Here is the case. So the case 9, I'm opening the case 91009, which is raised by Sai Kiran. So there is here is the history of the case history. It will show you the what happened to this record. For suppose I am going to modify case, because this case is raised 4 days back. Think that this case is raised 4 days back, and no one is responding to this case. Now I am making this case as high so that some people will attend this case. Clicking on save, what happens now? The record is saved, and you will come down. You have the case history saying the case is created on this day, and the case is updated by Venkat from priority medium to high. This is really helpful in case of very complex objects like case, lead, everything like this, because we have to track, because you have to the support manager has to know when this case, what happened to this case. For suppose you are working on this case for 5 days, and you generally uh, and generally suddenly you have a problem of where you can't come to office and you have to take some leave, okay, and the case has to be closed immediately. What happens? This case will be assigned to some other guy, and he don't know what happened. Okay, he can see the case history, what happened from the past 4 days. This has happened. This description has changed to this, and now I am going to change my description here to user. I will marks as comments by support user. I can put anything. Okay, user is still facing issue after fixing also. Okay, I'm clicking on OK, clicking on save. Now what happens? So I can see one more log saying the description has changed. Okay, see, at 5:06 p.m. description has changed, because I cannot see description because that's the um, biggest field, right? So that field is really big, so I cannot see the description here. Let's try to show the description also. Click on view layout. What are layouts? I will tell you about everything in coming classes, because if I tell you now, you will be confused a lot. Now I'll go to the related list items, go back to the case, go to case history. I can modify this. Okay. Yeah, I can see only this only. Okay. What happened to this case? At what date the case has been moved from medium to high, and what is the case status? There is a status field here. I can move the case from case status to on hold, so I can even see the status of, means when the case has been moved from new to on hold. See, on 5:07 p.m. the case is moved by this guy to this, and if some guy is working on this, that also will be mentioned here. Uh, Ram has modified this case from status new to old. Everything is logged here. Okay. Same thing, that's called case history. That's what I am showing up here. If I'm selecting this option, you will see the type of tracking history of every changes what you have done there. You will be seen in a history format. And when you are developing this tab still in development, then you are going to mark it as in deployment. Means you are not at deployed. It's in development mode. Okay, in development mode. Okay. If you am selecting deployed, means this is done. You are going to deploy this application to the user so that users can use this application. Click on save, and there are two options at the end. So this is already existing there. I'll put because this object is already existing in my machine. That's the reason it's not allowing us to create. See, the object has already existed in your organization. I'm making a new object, okay, with called consultancies. Object name will be consultancy. Clicking on, or I will make it as C, because this is consultancy, and these are two options at the end. If you add this, there is a separate related list called notes and attachments. This is also available in case object, because see, notes and attachments, this is the notes and attachments where you can attach some files, PDF formats, anything. Okay, related to this record. When I enable this, I will get that option there. If I'm selecting this option, launch a new custom tab widget after you saving this object. So if I'm selecting this option, it automatically launches a tab settings for me. So I'm clicking on save, it opens the tab. Generally, if you are not selecting this and if you are clicking on save, the object is saved and the tab is not created. Now I have to separately go to the tabs option and I have to create a tab for this current object. But here, if there is option for us to directly create a tab also. Now it's taking us to the custom tabs. See, custom tab widget. Now I'm selecting this, automatically it's selected, and I'm selecting some tab style for that. Okay, click on default. Here it's a simple option again. So this tab is available to all users, whether it's default on or default off or tab hidden. There are three options. So what is default on? Default on option, if you make this default on, means for all these users, this will be added here in this tab section. If I'm selecting default off, this won't be shown here, but if you're clicking on plus sign, you can see the tab. If you're selecting default tab hidden, this will not show this tab to you in any of these things, even in this list or even in the plus sign also. This will only show, this is completely hidden from your thing. Okay, if you select default off, this is available, it won't add here in this for all these users. Okay, but it will be added to the plus sign, to the all tabs. This plus sign is called all tabs. Default off, click on save and next, and here is the simple option again, whether to add this tab in this application or not. I don't want to add in all the applications, I want to add only in the LH employees app, okay, or EJ2 tech application. Okay, if I'm selecting this, this tab will be added only to EJ2 tech application. Okay, click on save. Now we are in the Salesforce application. Can you see the application called consultancies here? No, right? Let's select the sales app. Can you see the app here? Can you see the tab here? No. Oh no. Can you see the tab here? No. Right? Let's go to the EJ2 tech, where we have selected, where we have assigned this app here. If you select here, it's here, consultancies. Because as there is a lot of tabs in this tab, in this application, there is one more drop down box to show all the default on tabs. If I'm selecting plus sign, even I see all these tabs along with the other tabs also. Let's go to the vehicle parts manufacturer application, or some sales app. Okay, if I'm clicking on plus sign, I can see this tab also, because that is default on for all the users. Where's our consultancy? Here is the consultancy app. Means what I'm saying is, these are important tabs for this application, these are not required tabs. Means this, so if you see here, you will even see the charter app here also. Here I can see, here you can see, it will contain all tabs. Okay, but default tabs also will be available here in this. There are a lot of tabs, default of tabs. Let's click on, I want to show the other option to you, how to create the objects from different space. Go to setup menu. There is the other widget called schema builder. Schema builder is really useful these days to create the applications in a really fast format. I use it the same thing when I'm building the application in 30 minutes. Here is the schema builder. Okay, and here is the elements. What are elements? What all you can create from schema builder? You can see it here in the elements section. Okay, what are all existing objects you will see here. You can see even standard objects. You can even see all the custom objects also. All the standard objects, all the custom objects. For seeing it in this design format, you can align this in what way you want to see how these are related. These objects are related. There is a participants dummy which is related to training object. This is the child object. This is the parent object. Generally, when you're developing Java applications or any applications, you're going to do the data model first, and later on you're going to create the objects in your database aligned with your data model. You build the relationships in the SQL format. In the SQL queries with SQL, you build relationships. You create a database with primary keys, foreign keys, everything like this. But here it's really easy to build relationships also. Okay, I'll show everything to you here. See, there are a lot of objects here, a lot of objects. Okay, if you come down, see there are a lot of objects here. See, which are related to each other. The red color line is called master detail relationship, and the green color line, what you are seeing here, see this is the green color line, or I can even see here also green color lines. Okay, the green color line is called lookup relationship. The red color line is called master detail relationship from from participant to training. And if I select here lookup relationship from training to account. Okay, this is how you're gonna see the data model. And now I am showing you how to create the object from here directly. And just drag and drop this object and to here. It will ask me to create the object for me. Okay, now I am going to create one more object called test result. Okay, test result as ULT. Okay, test results. What is the plural form of test result? Use results. Okay, and okay, and starting want to use standard page. I can put some description also. This is the object name. Generally, when you're creating custom objects or any custom fields, okay, whenever you're creating two words in a field name or object name, it automatically considers the space as underscore, because the object name should not contain spaces. It should not contain dots also. Okay, if there is a space, it will consider underscore. If there is two spaces, it will also consider as one underscore only. There is a different meaning for underscore underscore. Okay, now when you are saving this object, the object name is test underscore result. The object API name is test underscore result underscore underscore C. Every custom object will have underscore underscore C at the end of their API name. Okay, when you are trying to access this objects from SOQL or SQL language, which is useful for querying the database thing in Salesforce, you're gonna use underscore underscore C for every custom object. Again, when you are coming to the standard objects, there is no underscore underscore C. That is the main identification between. You can classify standard objects and custom objects with this underscore underscore stuff. Okay, for suppose accounts contacts or account contact as a standard objects. What is the API name or object name for that? It's account and account also for the same API name also. There is no underscore, there is no underscore underscore C or anything like this. Same thing with contacts, same thing with opportunities, same thing with leads, everything. All the standard objects don't have underscore underscore C. Custom objects will be having that. And even what are the options, what I'm seeing here, allow reports, allow activities, allow track field history, everything I have shown you earlier, the same options you're gonna see here. But there is no option for you to create the tab directly from this section. Okay, click on save. I don't want to select all this stuff now. Now it will get the object for me. I will show you the comparison between these two objects from So here you're going to create the object directly with drag and drop. Where you're going to see this, you can even see this here, okay, by searching for the objects called consultancies, which I created from C. Consultancy object is here. It's here. I can click on view object. I can go to the object. What I did is just went to select the consultancy. It's shown here on the screen. What all the checked items in this object section will only be seen in this tool, like schema builder tool. Now I have clicked on this arrow button. There are some options for me to view the object, to view the page layouts, to delete the object, to edit the object properties, to hide the object on canvas. Okay, so I just selected to view object. That's the reason I went to this object place. So here is the object, singular label, plural label, useful for tab. This is the object name, consultancy, because there is no spaces here. That's the reason it's like consultancy. And what is the API name here? You just forget the book 9. Okay, you please forget book 9, book 9 underscore underscore here, because I will explain it later. Because this comes when you are developing the app exchange applications. I will tell you what is the reason for this book 9. You please neglect till here. You just see this. Every custom object will be having underscore underscore C at the bottom. Okay, this is the API name. And by default, when you are creating an object, you will have a name field by default, right? This is the name, vendor name field, which is auto number, which I have created just now before you. And along with this, I do have separate fields called created by. When Venkat is creating the record, it won't ask you anything. It automatically maps created by equal to Venkat, and when it is created, also in the same field. Last modified by option is also be automatically tracked by this object. For suppose I have created a record called consultancy record, saying EJ2 Technology is a consultancy in Mississippi region. For suppose Sai can updated the record saying this consultancy belongs to Kansas State. Okay. Now I can see who updated the record also by seeing the last modified by and date. Everything will be tracked by Salesforce with the standard fields. And who is the owner of this record? Who is the owner? The person who created this record will be the owner of the record, and the person who updated the record also will not become the owner. The person who created the record first time will be the owner of this record, and he has special permissions on this particular record. He can share this record to a number of people. He can update the record. He can do the stuff. Anything he can do it. Okay. And based on the ownership, I can provide the security on the object records. What are records? For suppose if there's object called trainings, I can create 4 trainings. So I can create 10 trainings, and Raj can create 50 trainings. Rao can create 500 trainings. So what is 4, 500, 10? What is 5, 10, 50, 500? All these are records, where the first 4 records is owned by me, the next 10 records by Sai, owned by Sai. He is the owner of the 10 records. 500 records created by Rao. He is the owner of the 500 records. He has multiple permissions on this. I can control the permissions based on the ownership of the records also. Okay. And if you see here, there's a lot of options of custom fields and relationships. These are maintaining for relationships, and these are useful lookup filters. This is a separate option. I will explain you in one detail in the next classes. And coming back to schema builder, same way, yesterday's we have created multiple field types. Here is all the field types available in Salesforce. We can use these following field types. For suppose when you are creating the student profile, I have used the number field for phone number, have used the form. I have used the checkbox field for checking gender. I've looked. I've checked. I've used the currency field for expected salary. Okay. I've used the email field for noting down their email address. These are all the field types. Auto number field, you already know it. It automatically increments the number based on the records. Okay. Formula field, you can you can do some operations based on the number values with the formula fields. For suppose, if you want to calculate the commission for you, taxes for you based on your salary, I can do it. If the tax is 30%, I can create a formula field on your salary on your salary field saying salary into 0.3 means equal to taxes, means 30% means 0.3, right? Will be your taxes which you are paying to the country for every year. You can calculate this type of formula fields based on other fields. Okay. And same way, what is roll up summary field? Roll up summary field, this field is like useful for calculating the child records data. For suppose there is a master object called training and there is a child object called participants. Okay, let's show that to you here. So what's happened here? This is the parent object. Training is the parent object. Participant is the child object. There is a relationship from participants to training. Okay. See, this is the master detail relationship. Okay. This is the master detail relationship going from participant to training. You can only create roll-up summary fields only on the master objects. You cannot create on lookup objects because, hey, 1 second, guys. Yeah. So, for suppose if you want to calculate the number of participants registered for this training, what I will do is I will create a roll-up summary field on the training object saying count of participants, because this is a child object. For one training there can be 10 participants also. Okay. Now I will create a roll-up summary field on the master object saying count of participants. It automatically says that if there are 5 participants, it will show you as 5. Let's show that field to you. I'm going to the training object now. EJ2 LH employees, and or else I will select the EJ2 tech. I want to see the training tab. Yeah, here is the training tab. If I'm opening some record, okay. See, number of trainings roll up is here, right? So I want to get a participant here now as Sai. Click on. Save. Now go to training. Now you can see number of participants equal to 1. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's create one more record. Yes, raw. Save it. Go to training. Same training. 101 training. You see the. Okay. I do have two records, but why it's not updated? Number of participants is not. So there's a problem here. Let's go and check what the problem is. Um, this is the VF page. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to the object of training object, checking what is the number of fields, whether it's perfect or not. Just checking it. Roll up summary field. Yeah. Number of participants. Yeah, it's here. It's a count on contains yes. Oh, okay. Have kept a filter saying please count all the participants with yes. Okay. That's the reason I got the count as one only for Sai, but other guy Raj Rao as don't have yes in his name. That I didn't got it. Let's do one thing. Click on edit. I'm clearing the filter criteria. Okay. Click on save. Now you refresh this. It won't be updated, it seems, because whenever you are creating a new record only it will update. Yeah, it's not updated. Let's come here, click on new participant. Now it has to show 3 participants. Now I am creating as Manasa. Click on save. Now it will show 3 records in my training 100101 record. See, earlier there is a condition for me saying please count only all the participants starting with yes or contains yes. Okay. Now do one more. Raw 3. Okay. Click on save. Now you will see the 4 records in the number of participants. Yeah. Is it fine? And again, I can do some more operations like sum of thing also. Count, sum, average, max. All this stuff you can do it with roll up summary fields. Here, there is some when you are clicking on any participant record, there is a value called 5. Number of train days equal to 5, right? What I'm doing is I'm creating sum here. Earlier I'm using count, number of records. Here I'm using sum. See, sum means, let's do one thing. I'm clicking on clone. Oh, sorry, not clone. I'm creating new. One more participant. I'm modifying the number of train days equal to 3. And click as Venkat. Click on save. Now I have to sum up 3. Here 20 plus 3, 23 in one scenario, and see 23 in one scenario. Total number of training days. I have created multiple fields, but the one more 22 for the second field. This is training, total training days equal to sum of training days what this person is going to attend. So all these have 5, 5, 5, 5, and last one has 3. That is the reason it's have 23. Roll of summary fields are used for that. What is lookup field? Lookup, I have already said you earlier, when you are creating a case record there is a lookup fields to contact and account. That's called lookup fields. Okay, you can click on that lookup field. You can select some related contact record to map contact to map account. You have to select account lookup. Same way, master data relationship also is the same way, but this has some restrictions. Master data relationship is the tightly coupled relationship where you cannot save the record without mapping the value. For suppose training and participants are related to each other with a master data relationship. You cannot create a participant without training record. Okay, you can create training records and number of records, but you cannot create participant record without training record. You have to map at least one training. You have to map only one training to a participant. That's called master data relationship. Okay. You can also make lookup relationship as a required field by making it as a required at the page layout level or at the field level. Whenever you're creating any fields, right, there's an option called required option, right? If you check that option means the system will force you to enter some data to that field before saving the record. If you are not entering the information, it won't save the record saying this is the required field, you have to enter some value. Same way, checkbox currency fields, you can drag and drop and you can use it. Okay, date time, email field, email it will accept only emails, number only accept numbers, text will accept number plus text also. Okay, phone will number accepts only some format of numbers only, it won't accept text. Pick list value is something like it's drop down, you can only select one value in the pick list value, like here it's a drop down, this is a drop down, this is a pick list value, you can consider this as a pick list value with some customizations. You can even see the pick list values in training object also. So let's go to training, click on clone, and this is the pick list value where I can select only one country for this training, because training can be connected to only one country, one particular training can connect only in one country. He can't fly in multiple countries at the same time. Okay, England, this is the pick list value, this is also a pick list value, you can only select one value. What is multi-select pick list? For suppose if you have given an option to choose 4 to 5 trainings from the list of 100 trainings, what you can do, you have to select 3 to 4 trainings, right? That's called multi-select pick list. It's also similarly like pick list values, but you can select multiple values. Okay, you can select multiple values with this multi-select option. And coming back to text, simple text format, you can enter some strings and numbers also. Text encrypted is for passwords, you can put star or hash, any symbol, there's some symbols also, any symbol instead of text for hiding passwords and stuff. Text area useful for storing the little big information about some up to characters up to 255 thing, 255 characters. It's like a big text. Okay, it's more than that also. Long text area will store up to 36,000 characters around, something like that. There is a binary thing actually. Okay, 2 power 16 something like this, 36,000 something like that. I'll show you when I'm creating it. Long text area is the same thing as 32768 characters. Text area, enter up to 255 characters only. Okay, same thing with text also, up to 255 characters. You can put some number like 20, 50, 60, something like this. Okay, and this text area also is also up to 3276 area, but you can even insert images, you can insert image links also, you can highlight the colors also, you can add some bold text with different fonts also. You can't do the same thing with long text area, it's only text information. Here you can input highlighted text, you can input images also, and finally the url thing, it will show only the website addresses and stuff, blog links, everything like this. Okay, hey, let's close the class for today, and we'll start building the means I will show all this type of field types in one object, and I will try creating the record also. What are these fields? Let's do the scenario which looks similar to training and participants, and I will try to use all the type of fields available for us. How to create formula fields, how to create MD relationships, lookup relationship, roll summary fields, all this stuff with relationships also. Again, when you are trying to build a relationship from one object to another object, you simply drag and drop this to the child object and start building the relationship to the any object what you want to make it as a parent. Okay, that you can do it. I can show it off in the tomorrow's class. Again, from tomorrow the class will start from 2 o'clock only your time. So what I will do, I will record the session, and I will, if some guys are missing, if you some guys are unable to join, you can watch it in the recorded class. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, thanks guys. Thanks for joining, and